T plus 7 minutes. Attitude remains nominal.
7 minutes into the flight now, all continuing to go smoothly since liftoff at 1:07 p.m. Eastern. Stage 2 burnout should occur about a little more than 8 minutes into the flight.
Needs to be good. Caster 30 motor pressure is continuing to tail off as we approach the burnout point. Attitude remains nominal. Altitude, and we have staged Caster 30 tail off and stage 2 burnout. Attitude remains nominal. T plus 8 minutes. FTS is disabled.
And that occurring with the vehicle traveling 16,700 miles per hour at an altitude of 155 statute miles. The attitude control system on the second stage controlling the vehicle's attitude in preparation for Cygnus separation, which should occur at about the 10-minute mark, just about a minute and a half from now.
Just a little over a minute. There's 2-minute coast time between burnout and separation to allow residual thrust from the motor to die out prior to spacecraft separation. The vehicle state vector in the coast phase appears to be very close to the nominal performance prediction. Attitude remains nominal. Approximately 30 seconds to payload separation.
Approaching 9.5 minutes into the flight.
Vehicle telemetry remains very solid here in the RCC. Approximately 15 seconds to spacecraft separation.
Approaching 10 minutes into the flight, we're standing by for separation of Cygnus from the second stage or the upper stage. That will occur at an altitude of 154 statute miles at a speed of 16,700 miles per hour.
And we have payload separation. Cygnus is in orbit, and Antares has initiated the collision contamination avoidance maneuver.
A very smooth ascent, right on time at 1:07 p.m. 10 minutes later, Cygnus has now separated from the upper stage with its orbital insertion altitude of about 150 by 185 miles, with the station much higher than Cygnus. Over the course of the next 2.5 days, the Cygnus's orbit will be raised through a series of delta velocity or DV burns, rendezvous burns, that will occur over the next couple of days to put it in close proximity to that of the International Space Station for the capture phase using the station's robotic arm by the Expedition 38 crew members. The next major activity, obviously, is to get confirmation of solar array deployment.
To stay in the controls in the launch control center until released.
And GSO LCA copies.
Thank you.
And Site Control LC, countdown 1.
And LC, Site Control on 1.
Yeah, standby one. And launch team, be advised, let's get through this post-launch checklist, maintain net protocol at this time, and maintain protocol within the control rooms as well. Site control will go for step 371, remove aft bay GN2 flow and reconfigure ECS for post-launch.
NLC, site control, complete.
Copy that, check 371. Core 1, LC, countdown 1.
LC Core 1 here.
You go for step 372 and 373, direct fusion way to power off their MS and FMS ground equipment.
Copy that, 372, 373 in work.
Roger that. And Ops 1 LC, step 374.
LC Ops 1, arm enable rotated and deluminated.
Roger that. I'll get that typo corrected there.
Orbital's flight control facility
Disable local launch enable
out in Dulles, Virginia, the suburbs of Washington, D.C., overseeing all of the Cygnus activities for the remainder of its mission toward the International Space Station, as well as its departure, which is targeted for mid-February. So the Antares rocket has done its job of delivering Cygnus to orbit. Cygnus, a 10,000-pound spacecraft that will deliver nearly 2,800 pounds of cargo to the International Space Station. Arrival at the station is scheduled for Sunday morning. All of that activity will be carried on NASA television, of course, with the rendezvous, the capture using the station's robotic arm, and the berthing of Cygnus to the Harmony Earth-facing docking port. All of that scheduled for Sunday morning. The C. Gordon Fullerton Cygnus spacecraft is the second for Orbital Sciences delivery to the International Space Station, combined with the 3 commercial deliveries of SpaceX's Dragon spacecraft. Brings the total to 5 commercial vehicles now that have either arrived at the station or, of course, en route. That supplement the commercial resupply capability of the orbiting space station. So one of the two solar arrays are now gather solar energy to store in the batteries of Cygnus for its power availability on its trip to the ISS. Cygnus is comprised of two separate modules, if you will, the service module, and which of course includes those two fixed-wing solar arrays. Also the pressurized cargo module that carries and delivers the cargo to the station and removes any unneeded cargo that's currently at the station for delivery away from the complex upon the spacecraft's mission's completion. And you see applause there at Orbital's facility at Dulles, Virginia, confirming the second of the two solar arrays have been deployed from aboard Cygnus, a healthy spacecraft. Recapping, the launch occurred at 1:07 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 10 minutes later, Cygnus separated from its launch vehicle, safely in orbit on its way to the International Space Station. The twin solar arrays now have been deployed, and Cygnus is very healthy. You'll see these flight controllers follow along. They will be handling all of the intricacies of Cygnus's rendezvous with the International Space Station over the course of the next couple of days. The next items of interest associated with Cygnus's rendezvous, there's actually two more rendezvous maneuvers before the day is out. A little before 6:30 this evening, the first of a series of delta velocity or DV rendezvous burns will occur. That will be the DV1 burn. That will be followed a little after 10 p.m.